Hello everyone, welcome back to the new video, and in this video we'll be talking about introduction to Claude Code. So what is Claude Code? So Claude Code is the number one AI coding tool available for developers currently. So Claude Code is developed by Anthropic. Uh, Claude has its like lot of models. So it has Sonnet, it has Opus. The Opus 4.6 LLM is one of the best LLM available for coding currently. So Claude also has its desktop version, but the Claude Code is like a special tool available for developers. It's a terminal based interface, and it is used to handle large code bases, enterprise code bases, and make developer productivity more efficient. So let's start. Now, you might have used other AI tools, for example, ChatGPT, Copilot, Cursor. So, how Claude Code differs from these AI tools? So, most AI tools have a chat interface or can help with autocomplete. Claude Code is different because it works like a AI agent that can understand your whole code base and perform the real development tasks. So it's a terminal-based interface, as I mentioned. So ChatGPT is it's like a chat-based interface. Is it is not directly aware about your local repository or development environment, while Claude Code works directly with the project files on your laptop's terminal. That is really helpful. Then we have GitHub Copilot, which is a AI assistant IDE or AI assistant tool available inside IDEs, but it's mostly IDE centric, and developers still needs to manually execute workflows. So even though you though you type something over the chat, GitHub Copilot executes it on the terminal. So it's like it's not a terminal based interface, but having said that, like Claude Code can analyze repositories, modified files, run tasks directly from your terminal, which is not the case with GitHub Copilot. Now cursor is like a IDE, VS Code fork. It's a AI native IDE for writing code and chat. It requires you to work inside a specific editor, which is not good, but like Claude Code works across any editor. You just need to install it and have their pro or enterprise or team subscription. So about Claude Code, it's, as I mentioned, it's a AI coding agent interacting with your code base directly with your tools. You can set up MCP, you can set up sub agents, you can set up skills, which we are going to discuss and I'll demo you, which is like one of the cool functionality provided by Claude. And now installing Claude, so you need to have your Claude Pro, Max, Enterprise, or Teams version for it. You can install it directly from npm. You need to have the Node package manager installed. So if you're using Mac or Linux, you can set you can set your environment variables directly that the Claude will use, or the default values for Claude that using the .zs hrc file. But on Windows, you can use your in my environmental variables instead. So lastly, about Claude Code, I want to discuss is like the custom agents and skills that you can create in Claude Code. So Claude Code allows you to customize your AI behavior or their model behavior using the Claude folder. Within it, we can have subfolders like agents, skills. So what are agents? Agents are basically you define your own custom AI agents using a prompt, which will specialize in a particular skill. So your main agent that will be called as the general purpose agent. So if it is not capable enough, it will delegate the task to a sub agent. Then skills are basically the reusable capabilities that can be used by agents. So in your agents, sub agents, or in your agents file, you can describe that your agent will have access to this particular skill. So if a particular skill can include searching a code base, editing files, running commands, so you can just mention that like this particular skill is available to all the agents. So that is something that is unique, and each agent will have its own context window, own set of MCP tools, and it's just like you're delegating the task, just like a human behavior. Like instead of one person doing all the tasks, it's just like delegating the task. Come to the demo. So this is my Salesforce developer project that I had created, and I'll be using Claude to optimize it. So firstly, what I'll do is I'll open the terminal. So I'm in currently in my terminal, and I you can see I have the path set up for the developer project. Okay, so now I'm in my terminal. I'll just do Claude, and it will open up the Claude code for me in my terminal. As I mentioned, it's a terminal based editor. So if I'll do slash model, it will show me the default model is set as Opus. Now let's say that I want to change my default model. So what I'll do is I'll set my environment variable. Let's say I want to change it as haiku model. So I'll do Control C. I'll get out of the terminal of the Cloud Code, sorry, and then I'll just use this command. So what this will do is it will set the default anthropic model to use Haiku. So now I'll open Cloud again. So this way, like, you will have the default model set as a particular model of your choice. So similarly, like, if you want, you have other environment variables that you can use. So let's say you want to set the effort of the model, you want to set the output tokens, or you want to disable the 1 million token context. So all that you can do that using the default environment variables given by Claude. Then what I'll do is I'll go back to my project, and I want to talk about this claude.md file. So claude.md file is basically the generic set of instructions that you can give to Claude for your project. So what I have given is, like, this is a Salesforce DX project targeting API version 62.0. So it has two product structures. For example, I want my Claude to focus only on LWC and Apex classes. Then I have given some general rules, some tools. So it is having access to the Salesforce DX MCP server, which is something I'm going to show just now. And then what are the sub agents it has access to? So it can delegate the task to the appropriate sub agent. So I'll go back to the terminal. So what I'm going to do is I'll do slash init. So what init will do is it will initialize a Claude .md file for me. So it is searching for some files, reading through files. So it is thinking, and it is creating the Claude.md file, or I'd say updating, since we already have it. I'll give it a permission to allow edits in this session. So it is updating the Claude.md file. So let's see. So yeah, it has updated the Claude.md file. So in my SFDX project, it was API version was being used as 56, but so it updated it accordingly. Then it has updated the scales, and it has updated, like, we need to use the Salesforce DX MCP server wherever possible. Awesome. Now, what I'll do is I'll show you how to set up the agents. So if you do slash agents here, so it will show you the default agents that are already available. So one is like the project agents. So already have the Apex agent here, and then we have some built-in agents by Anthropic. Right. So what I'll do is I'll create a new agent here. So I'll create it specifically for this project, and I'll click on generate with Claude. So now it is asking, like, describe what is your agent needing. So apex.agent is already created. So what I'll do is, like, I'll create the LWC agent using this. So I'll just copy the content, the pre-existing content, and I'll just delete this folder so that our Claude will be able to create it. And then going back to Claude, let me open it in our editor. So done. So now I've given the description of what my LWC agent should look like. So it should be an expert in Salesforce Lightning Web Components. You handle all tasks involved under this folder. And then I've given it some basic LWC syntax, or what test it needs to write, and then click enter to submit. So it is now generating agent from description. So now it is asking, like, whether what tools our new agent wants to have access to. So I'll select all tools by default and continue. Which model it needs to access to? Sonnet. Any specific color that I want to give, I'll give it green, and enable the memory, agent memory, so that the agent will remember what it has done in the past and it can continue based on it. So this is the new agent that is created. I'll click enter to save. So now I have two project agents, Apex agent and LWC agent. So if I go to my project, I can see LWC agent was created by Claude. Awesome. And then it has generated the descriptions for it. So now we have two agents within our VS Code. One is the Apex agent and the LWC agent, and then we have the agent memory, which will be stored for the Apex agent and the LWC agent. The third thing is like within the .cloud folder, I have mcp.json. So here I can define my MCP servers. So this is the Salesforce DX MCP server that I have defined that runs over NPX. So what I'll do is I'll go back and then I'll do slash MCP. So what it does is like it will tell me what all the MCP servers that are available. So currently it is showing the Salesforce DX MCP server as failed. Now what we will do is we'll check the MCP servers associated with our project. So I'll do slash MCP, and I can see the Salesforce DX MCP server is connected. So I'll just click on it and I'll just see the tools. So it has the below tools which it can use. So it has a total of 12 tools. Awesome. So what I'll do is I'll go back, I'll open my VS Code, and I'll just show you the configuration of this MCP server. So within the .cloud folder, we have mcp.json. So that mcp.json, within it, we have the Salesforce DX MCP server configuration, which runs over the NPX. So now we have pretty much covered it. Like we have set up the agents, we have set up the, I told you about skills you can set up on your own. And then we have set up the MCP servers. Now let's give Claude a use case and ask it to solve it for us. So what we will do is we'll ask for it to develop the product search to an external system list and shows on the screen. Do basic authentication and do a mock callout to external system. So I'm giving this prompt to Claude Code. So let's see if it is able to develop it or not. So it is thinking about it. So it is saying that Claude is now thinking of a approach. It is exploring the LWC and Apex patterns. It is going through the code base, and it is exploring that. So it is asking that for the mock external, how should I implement it? So I'll say that hard coded mock data. What product data should be displayed? Basic. Let's keep it basic. Uh, we'll not use name credentials. Let's use simple credentials. Simple hard coded. Has completed whatever task I told him to do. So it is saying the component is production ready with proper error handling, loading states, and comprehensive test coverage. And it ran for around 6 minutes. Awesome. So now let us go to our VS Code and let's see what all components it developed. So it developed a product search controller, which I asked it to do. So this is basically the test class for it, and this is the actual component. This is the Aura enabled method, which will make the call out to the external system, and then it is just setting up the mock data as I told him to do, not making the actual call out. And then it this is our LWC. So LWC will have our input, we'll have search for products, then we will this for loop will be used to display the product, then we will have JS file. So JS, we are just handling the search and we are making the call out. Then we have the XML file, and we have our Claude has written the gist test as well. So awesome. So yeah, all this I did in just 6 minutes. So if I was using our manual old approach, it would have taken at least 1 week or minimum 3 days. So Claude, the accuracy of Claude is much better compared to other AI tools. So I'll highly suggest you use Claude's, and do set up the claude.md file as I told in the video. And if you want to improve the efficiency of Claude, just use the agents created by yourself, and then you'll love Claude. And do subscribe to my channel, because in the future I'll also create these kind of such kind of videos for other AI tools which are paid, so that you don't have to pay for it and just